Good morning, everyone. This is Mike Yurigan. I'm out at the Habitat today. Just want to give you another update after the first of the year. Happy New Year to everyone. And I'm going to go over a few things with playing in the wind today. So I'm hoping the video and you can hear me okay with the wind blowing. We've got this crazy storm coming in, and north of us it's really, really bad. So just keep our thoughts and prayers with everybody up north of us that struggle with the weather, and hopefully it gets out of there quickly. Just a couple updates that we talked about before. We've got some new programs coming online in the next several months. With Gary's departure, Gary Evans has left, and he went back to with his family in Columbus, Ohio, and we miss Gary a lot, and we wish him well, and we're hopefully he might be coming back next winter to give a few lessons during the few months in January, February, March of next year. So we're kind of working around the staff, trying to get some other folks hired in some key positions at both Habitat and Spessard, Holland, and just hope you can be patient with us with all that. So as the crow flies, again, we've got the new greens at Spessard, Holland going in May and June. Everything is still on track with that. We'll do the double tees here in the morning from 7:30 to 9:30, and then we'll flip around lunchtime for another double tee so we can get enough golfers out in that May-June area if you do play over at Spessard mostly. So with the course conditions and everything, it's been quite challenging over the last several weeks, or almost the last month, with the rain, the weather, the wind, the cooler temperatures. You know, we don't go too long with these extended colder days, colder mornings. We did have a little disease hit the greens here at Habitat. The only thing it did, unfortunately, is it turned a little bit of a brown color. We had some leaf spot hit. It happened in a 12-hour period. Today, like today, without the sun, with the wind, the wet conditions, depending on the rain coming in, that's like a petri dish for bacteria and everything else that's in the ground that will cause the disease. So that's why we spend so much time and money on the chemicals, and we try to do a what's the word I'm looking for? It's preventative. Thank you. I couldn't think of it in my mind. Preventative maintenance as much as we can, but when you do that, that's very, very expensive. It's anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 at times for an application. So, but the greens are rolling the best. I had a gentleman that I've known for the last 10, 15 years say that the greens have never been better. He said he can't believe the speed that they are, and we don't want to get them to the point where they're too fast, where you're putting the ball off the green. So, and then with the renovation over at Spessard, Holland, we will be making the greens a little bit bigger on some of the greens that 1, 10, 5, a couple of the other ones that are pretty small that have grown in over time and with a mowing pattern. So we'll be able to get some more pin placements on some of those holes. It's not going to be dramatic, but it's going to give us an opportunity that we don't have the 4 old cups in the same area. We are looking at putting a new smaller putting green up towards the right when you drive in over there. Well, you'll be able to putt there and not be interfered with somebody that might be chipping over on the bigger green. So we got a lot of things going on. We got a lot of programs coming online, and so we're just hoping you be patient with us in the next couple of months that we can get to those. And we've got some new styles and new things in the pro shop, some new clothing. We'll help you take a look at that. Again, we try to discount all that so that it's not too expensive, and it's something that you can wear the logo or whatever. And when people see me out with the logo. I was at Melbourne Beach at the Publix, and somebody saw my Habitat logo. I wasn't wearing a Spessard Holland that day, and he said, "Hey, I play golf over there." And those are the kind of cool things. So anything you can do to help support us, every dollar makes sense and goes back into the golf course, and all the different things that we're trying to do. So with that said, let me give you a quick tip or tips on ball position. Like the wind's blowing today, it's supposed to get up to 25 to 40 knots. So when you're playing, a lot of golfers that get misunderstood about or thoughts about ball position when you're hitting a certain club. If you're going to hit a full shot with your sand wedge, don't put the ball back in your stance to the point where it limits your ability to rotate your body. So when you put the ball in the middle with the shorter club, as you go forward, you can take a couple golf balls, very simple, put one inside your heel, take your 3 golf balls, set up to it, get comfortable, and then walk away and look where your ball position is. So that ball position is just, what is that, couple 3 golf balls towards my left heel, which is more in the middle. So as you go into a longer club, 7-iron for an example, if I wanted to start in the middle, start with my feet here, I was going to move the ball out because it's a longer club, and I want to play the ball a little bit more forward. Again, I've got a couple inches. If you don't have a mat, if you don't have a mat with all the fancy lines on it, this is an easy way to see it, and then you walk away and you can check, go around, look at your ball position. I do that a lot of times in my lessons, which one of them is here now. So, you know, as you can see, as the golf club gets longer, I want to take it from the middle slightly forward, and everybody's a little different flexibility wise. Then as I go to my fairway wood, get my toes set, leave the golf ball there, stay inside my heel, maybe towards my instep with my 3-wood. Now I've got my 3-wood out. You can see how the ball progressively is going more forward, but this is a good way for you to check to make sure you're not too far forward or too far back, because if you get it too far forward, you're probably going to get across it. A lot of times you might hook it. Fred Couples was so successful because he played the golf ball so far forward in his stance. He had an over the line swing, but then he captured the ball on his follow through out in front and he gets a fade. That's conducive to a fade setup. So when you don't have flexibility and you need to have the ball off the middle so much, don't go to the middle so much. Now I go to the driver. Now I'm going to take this ball away. Get out of here. There we go. Now, depending on your flexibility and how much you can turn, if I go a little longer, a little wider, I should say a little wider in my stance with the driver, maybe a little more with the 3-wood, now I can see that the golf ball is up towards my instep, towards my heel. You always hear on the announcers on TV, well, they're playing in the wind, they might move the ball back a couple inches. They're not going to move it all the way back to the middle with a driver. You just can't do that. So you can move it from here, which is hopefully that's my instep towards the toe. I can move it a little bit more forward, but I move it a little bit more back. So, last comment. Chris Kirk played phenomenal golf this past weekend in Hawaii. He's on the 17th hole. The wind started picking up like it did here. First shot he was thinking about was a 7-iron. The wind changed. He pulled a 5-iron out of the bag, made the same swing into the wind, hit the ball 2 feet, tapped it in, hard the last hole, and won the golf tournament. And that's what you want to do when you're on the golf course. You want to make sure that if you're at 150 yards and it's a 7-iron, and you got this wind blowing, you can play the 5-iron, play it a little bit ahead of center. Don't go to the center. Don't go way forward. You can trap the ball, hit it a little lower, and make the normal swing. Don't try to overswing. Don't try to swing slower. Normal swing, normal speed, just like you watched him all weekend if you did watch the golf. Tempo is everything. Making your position and your setup comfortable so that it allows you to move your body from right to left. Obviously, you lefties, left to right. So work on that, see if that helps you. Hopefully it gives you a little bit of things to think about when you're out practicing or playing a little bit. And again, we want to thank you for your support of the 2 golf courses. Keep an eye on our emails and the website. We've got some new exciting things, again, like we talked about earlier. Just haven't finalized a lot of it yet. So we appreciate your support. We'll see you soon. Thank you.